guys, it's Lyra. Welcome to our vlog. Today's topic is quite interesting and I'm excited to do this because this is the first time that I will be talking about our circumstance as an interracial, multicultural family, being a Filipino Italian mix. And I'll be answering the question, how is it like to be in an interracial, multicultural marriage? And I know there can be some people who might not be a fan of this, so please know that we don't intend to offend anybody, and most importantly, we don't intend to promote racism. Rather, we would like to celebrate the fusion of two cultures within our family. At the same time, acknowledge the differences and share them with you all. How is it like for us? Not as a stereotype, but our reality. I know to some that this is normal already, but I also know that this can still be fascinating to a lot of people. Like, for example, in my hometown where I grew up, there were very few mixed families, and anybody who is not a Filipino there was called Americano. So let's go to the question, how is it like to be in an interracial marriage? Firstly, for me, to be married to my husband, who happens to be Italian, is a dream come true. Yes, I have hoped to marry a foreigner, but what I'm saying is a literal dream. So way before, I dreamt in my sleep that I was walking side by side with a Caucasian man, and we were trekking on a mountain. It's like he was my partner in life. And also, for several occasions before, I also dreamt of having a child who called me Mama in English. And my close friends know about this. During that time, I still don't know how would that be possible. And then one time, I went with my friend to a fortune teller, to Quiapo, and I asked the fortune teller what my future will be. And then it's quite funny because the answer is, it depends. So the fortune teller just told me that it depends. And you know, it was such a waste of money. Anyway, that was in Quiapo, in Metro Manila. I just accompanied my friend who wanted to experience to go to a fortune teller. Also, I grew up being made to feel ugly and being bullied. When I was in high school, there was a popular song by a famous Filipino rapper. This song is about being proud to have a flat nose because you're a Filipino. Somebody would sing this to me repeatedly in an insulting way to emphasize that my nose is flat. Because the standard of beauty in Philippines is to have a high pointed nose, which is really sad. And this is a result of white imperialism being under the Spaniards for 300 years and the US for 50 years. When I was younger, I will see some women from my town who have married foreigners. I will see them while vacationing in Philippines. There were very few. And I thought to myself that they were just like me. So maybe my beauty could also win a foreigner someday. And I was thinking that that was my only hope too, so that I can have a baby who doesn't have my nose. But it didn't seem to happen now. But of course, I married my husband not just to have a baby with a pointed nose, but because we fell in love. I will talk about our love story in another video. So back to the question, what is it like to be in an interracial marriage? If we will be talking about race, I think that my marriage to my husband is just the same as your marriage. I may not have married before to know this, but it's not like I married an alien or I married a horse. You know, as most people say, we are but one race. We are from the human race. And that is so true because he is just the same as us. It's just the same as anybody. People are people. We all have our own quirkiness or mood swings. And marriage is marriage. We cannot avoid problems and challenges. Even if you married your hometown neighbor, there will still be challenges. I'm not saying that there's no difference. There is a big difference in marrying my Italian husband. But it doesn't lie in the race. Rather, it lies in the differences in our cultures, in our beliefs and traditions. So maybe the emphasis should be put on being a multicultural family, multicultural marriage, rather than interracial, biracial. There can also be similarities. So there are some similarities with Italian culture and Filipino culture, but the difference is just so pronounced. And this is where the biggest challenges and conflicts in my marriage are coming from. Because we may not know it, but there are just so many things that we do and that we decide on that are rooted from our culture. And sometimes my husband will joke on me that I am doing some ritual behind his back. And also, having grown up in the Philippines, in an 11 children family, makes a huge difference as well. And I grow up on a survival mode, whereas I think my husband grew up in a living mode. And I am quite tougher than him. I can say that he is easily burdened with the littlest thing. You know, the notion of the first world problems? That is quite true for him. I found out that this is also a cultural thing. In Italy, whatever they're thinking, whatever they're feeling, they're going to show it. It's a bit over the top, and anybody who is from a different culture might be shocked, might think that they are aggressive, but that is just how they are. We Filipinos, I thought that we are already quite emotional and intense, but we pale in comparison to them. So, marrying my husband, I just have to accept that. As a Filipino, when we argue with other people, we will think that the best way to handle it is to stop or to ignore. But to them, it can actually be a sign of disrespect. It's because you are ignoring them. Another thing is the language difference. So whenever I'm talking in Filipino, even with my family, my husband will think that we're talking about him. But I understand, because when he is also talking on the phone, sometimes I'm wondering if he's complaining about me. This is the source of the biggest problems and challenges within our marriage. So guys, if you are thinking or considering marrying somebody from another culture, you have to have a bigger understanding. You really need to love that person, because you have to make love more important than rules. And this is where those quotes like love will find a way or love conquers all will come in handy. And we need to put them to heart. And you really need to talk and be clear on things that matters to each personally. For example, your extended families, finances, your religion, and any other conflicting beliefs. Even in food. For example, like us, my husband, he is not into rice, but we still have to buy rice, because I don't think I will survive without rice. And food is also a source of differences. For example, me, there is a Filipino food we call sopas. I really, really love that. But my husband, he can't stand a soft pasta. He can't even imagine that a pasta will be soft. Because to him, a pasta has to be al dente. When you are single, your decisions are yours and yours to make. But when you get married, you only have 50% of the decision. So much so of the challenges. It is just so beautiful to be married to a foreigner. It's just so beautiful to expand your horizon, to expand your experience of the others' cultures, beliefs, and traditions, and to open your mind to a lot of things. Their way of living, their other places, their foods, whatever are entailed in their culture. So imagine the foods that I wouldn't have tried if I hadn't married my husband. So the things that I wouldn't have known if I haven't married him, even the language. Whenever I hear him speaking in Italian, it's just beautiful. It's like music to my ears. I wouldn't have known much about the Roman Empire. I know I have studied history, but it's different when you know it from me. He will sometimes make a joke that his kilikili, his underarm, is, when I complain to him that he stinks already, he will even joke to me that it is a Roman dignity. And I have known Italy a lot better. So before I married my husband, I've been to Italy already. I have toured Italy. My husband would always say that his trip to the Philippines has been the best trip of his life. But oh my God, when he mentioned to me that he will bring me to this, to this, to that, oh my God, the places are just so beautiful. They are now in my bucket list. They're just so beautiful. You know, the Matera, where the latest James Bond was filmed, the Amalfi Coast, when he mentioned to me the Sorrento, Positano, oh my God, the Cinque Terre, oh my God, they're just so beautiful that I really need to go there. He was born in Naples, close to Capri. So I really need to visit the south. I've just been to the north and I really need to visit the south. Also, before I forget, I would like to note another thing that can happen in a multicultural marriage. Multicultural marriage can promote the acceptance of others. In the beginning, I think my husband has a hesitation when he learned that I came from the Philippines. He grew up in Milan, and Milan has the biggest population of Filipinos in Italy. And I know that same with Singapore, they have a stereotype for Filipinos. And when we were just newly acquainted, he mentioned to me that in Italy, even though they have plenty of tourists, Italy is not yet so open to embracing other cultures. He never confirmed to me though that he has this hesitation. And when his father and his sister visited him in the UK, I met them briefly. And I think he praised me and made me look good in the eyes of his family. Because after that, he told me that his family likes me. His family is so nice to me, even just online. They will tell me how beautiful I am. And it warms my heart because I'm never told that by Filipinos. Filipinos, that's a fact. Anyway, I guess my litany is already taking too long. So to sum it up, there are challenges in multicultural marriage, but the beauty and the wonder of it is much greater. There could be a lot of other issues that can arise, but that would mostly come from outsiders. But would their opinion matter? Would you let them interfere in your marriage? Whether they will accept it, whether they will be happy for you or unhappy for you, it doesn't really matter, because it was your decision, it is your marriage, and it is your life. So I hope that in this video, I was able to share with you some good insights. So please watch out for our next videos. Thank you.